Okay. Next, we have our special teams coordinator, is Coach Ricky Brumfield. If you could, please introduce yourself, your name, and the outlet that you represent, so Coach Brumfield can start putting names or faces.
Yes.
I'm Kelly Quinlan. I work for Rivals.com.
Yes, sir.
Cover Georgia Tech. I was just curious if you could tell the backstory of how you ended up at Georgia Tech and kind of how that connection with Coach Key was made.
He knew a lot of coaches that I either coached with or knew personally. What I appreciated is I know he did his background check, and he talked to maybe over 10 coaches in regards to me coming here. And so when the position came available, he had some people reach out to him in regards for me, and they gave him a good recommendation. I paid him well to do that for me, but they gave him a recommendation of me coming here and having a little familiarity with the conference and with a high academic institution. And it just all worked out. And so Coach Key is, gave me the opportunity to be here, and I'm blessed for that. So,
talking about the punting game, David was asked to do a lot of different things last year. Had some punts blocked in the beginning of the year. I imagine you watched film on that.
Yes, sir.
What are you seeing from him as far as his progress, and what are you looking for from him, this spring?
Yeah. I'm just looking for him to steadily improve. Obviously you always watch last year and you see what things we did wrong and what things we did well, and to try to fix the things we did wrong and try to improve on the things we did well. And I think he does have a good leg. He's an athlete. He does a good job getting back there. He's willing to learn. We need to work on him getting a little more height on his kicks to give us time to get down the field to cover, and he's willing to do that. And so those are some of the things we talked about. A couple other technical issues, and then just kind of like overall scheme and technique of our punt team.
Along that same line, midway last year, with the change, they changed the formation and going with the three guys in the shield, and obviously I think that seemed like that was effective in stopping punts from getting blocked, but also limited the speed on the field. And I'm curious, kind of, what plans do you have as far as how you want to deploy your punt unit?
Don't know yet. We just want to make sure what I did this spring is try to find the guys that can run down the field and cover, to be honest with you. Who can run down the field, who can cover, who can make open field tackles. Talk to David about getting some height on his kicks to help us with, getting down the field to cover. And what we do is and Coach Key has given us opportunity to kind of find the players that we have and put those guys in the best situation to help us as a team for our punt. So specifically what we're doing on punt, we're still kind of a work in progress process, and we're just trying to see who we got and see what's going to benefit the team with those guys.
I'm going to ask you about Aiden, who got injured about a year ago at this time. Aiden had an injury, I guess it was about a year ago at this time, before he got to Georgia Tech. And just kind of what you've seen from him and how he's doing in terms of getting his leg strength back and all that.
Yeah, he's smooth. He hasn't done any full kickoffs or anything like that, but he's been doing all of our field goals. Him and Gavin been rotating. He's a smooth, poised, composure person that doesn't get rattled. He's not easily rattled. If he misses a kick, he doesn't let that kick make him miss the next kick. And so I've been impressed with his temperament and how he approaches the game, and he's doing a good job working. So, obviously he has to finish getting completely healthy, but once that happens, he'll be a great asset for us.
On the same subject, last year Gavin was forced to do all three phases of the kicking game. Would you prefer to divide that up, or if someone can do all three better, go with all three?
Yeah, I think you have to, go with who can do the best out of each individual one. Selfishly, I would prefer one person do each one because it gets everyone involved, all of the specialists involved with the game. They have a part of the game, and it saves that one guy leg. You know what I mean? Because once you get towards the middle of the season, if he's doing kickoffs, punts, and field goals, then you kind of start wearing and tear on the leg, and now you have to start limiting what you do at practice. But if you have guys that can do different things in their own specialty, you can practice different. You can save their legs a little bit, and I think it'll have more power with each individual player towards the end of the year.
I'm curious. You've been a few different places, and I'm curious what with Coach Key sticks out to you the most as far as the way he's oriented or traits or anything like that jumps out at you.
He's given me time to help us be successful on special teams, whether it's meetings, walkthroughs, individual periods and practice, teach special teams, teach period. I'm given the time to teach those guys and the autonomy to do it the way, I would like to do it with the structure, under the structure that he gives us. And so I've just been impressed with, how he approaches the game, his emphasis in special teams. He knows the importance of it, and he's given me the time to do it, the autonomy to do it, and, and in the direction to do it as well. So
I was curious about kickoff return and punt return, just kind of who are some guys you're looking at there, and what are the traits also that you're looking for from those spots?
Yeah, punt return, we're looking for somebody that could, one, give the ball back to our offense. Soon as no matter what, I don't care what it is. If he runs a 5 flat and a 40, you got to get the ball back to our offense. And so that's number one. Who can catch the ball, who can field the ball. Malik has been doing a good job. Chris has been doing, Leary's been doing a good job. Rodney Shelley's been doing a good job, and DJ Moore. Those are the guys right now that has been catching punts for us. So punt return trait is who's going to get the ball back to our offense, and then who can make somebody miss. Who can make somebody miss and change the field position. I always talk to them about it's one play for a large chunk of land, and so who can help us get the biggest part of the field for us, change the field position. Kick return, we're just looking for somebody that can, same thing, get the ball, keep the ball for the offense, and who can take hits, because you're going to get hit as a kick returner. So who can trust the scheme, trust the technique, trust what we're trying to do, trust where you're supposed to hit it, and that's all we're looking for when we're kick returner.
In the spring game format, will we get to see some of those phases of special teams?
We're actually going to be talking about that tomorrow. I know we'll be doing a little bit of punt, and I think you'll see kickoff versus kickoff return, or vice versa, depending on which way coach wants to do it. But you'll see a little bit of it. Not a ton, but you'll see a little bit of it, and as well as field goal, obviously. So.
Something you said about Coach Key giving you time to do what you want to do. One thing he mentioned also a week or two ago was about how, I guess basically you can have whatever you want, and I'm off the roster. I'm curious, what does that mean, and how has that played out so far?
Yeah, it's one of those things where you got to, we're giving everybody that we can use on special teams, starters and offensive starters, defensive starters, but at the same time you have to be smart with that. And, like I said, coach has given me the autonomy to use who I want, but we have to use them in the right way. You know what I'm saying? We can't use the player that gets the most touches on the field on punt, kickoff, and kickoff return. We have to kind of take care of those bodies. And so we'll kind of see, and that's what we're doing in the spring, seeing who's the guys that's going to get the most touches, who's the guys that's most important, and we need to utilize those guys on special teams, but we also have to take care of those guys as well. We can't put them on 4 phases, maybe put them on, starting on 1 and a backup on another phase. Maybe get to the game, and if, kind of do some kind of substitutions to make it beneficial for those guys to be on special teams while taking maybe, I don't want to say a play off, but while giving them a little bit of a rest when we don't need them. If it's a pooch punt situation and I know they're not coming after it, I can use possibly a backup if needed, just to save a guy a little bit. So.
Awesome. Thank you, Coach.
You're good? You got it. Thank you. Appreciate it.